3-2-1 pills indeed, and these players will be off to the races in our second match of the silver bracket of the May 2024 silver bracket here. I'm liking how Sarge was dropping everything down here. That blue row is going to be interesting here. Looks like he's electing to clear it up vertically here. I think the name of the game, especially at these early levels, is to go top down, straightforward here. Catpants is an interesting chasm in her first, fourth, and fifth columns here. That may lead to drop time, but she's strategically dropping everything down to make the best use of it here, Savage.
Yeah, there was really very little use for red on Cat Pants' board at the beginning, so any red yellows were tucking down underneath. Now, Cat Pants, of course, is a big player in the versus scene, so we're probably going to be seeing some combos drop from her. She's got 17 to Sarge's 18. I think Sarge's still thinking about what to do with those blues on top, but it looks like he's going to start tackling column 2. But man, the blue yellow just not showing up for him, but a beautiful double horizontal combo for Sarge.
Most definitely. He was his board was starting to slope a little bit from the top down towards the left there, but has actually opened up the board towards the bottom here. It's going to allow for a little more flexibility on Sarge's side, and that's exactly what he's doing here. He can tackle it from the underneath, he could tackle it from on top, he could take it from horizontally, and Sarge now electing to clear everything in a vertical fashion here. 7-9 in favor of Sarge, who's really come back despite that early rocky start here, and Catpant's looking to clear things up and make this a game.
Yeah, and we see that Cat Pants, if she's able to drop that red down in column 3, it's going to fall onto a horizontal, clearing out the blue. So nicely done. And now she's down to 4 viruses. Not quite sure. She's going to be a little bit of a tricky situation there in the bottom right hand corner to clear out that yellow, but she's got a little time to do that. I wish the red weren't on top of that in column 8, though. But Sarge out of level 6 at about a 151.
151 for Sarge. Not too bad of a time here. He looks a little miffed with what his performance was, but definitely going to really turn things around in his level 7 here. Capin's out of 154 as well, and both these players really making leaps and bounds. Both these boards looking pretty similar as far as having a good, diverse bit of viruses on our top line here. I think going to be able to do some damage if they get the right pills coming their way.
Yeah, actually take a look at these boards. They had the exact same shape at the beginning of them. Shout out to the exact same. And they were both able to bring some of that down. Now, Cat Pants wishes that that blue red would have showed up for columns 1 and 2, but not too bad and beautiful combo to clear out so much of that right-hand side.
Both these players playing a really clean board here. They had setups ready to
Mhm.
fire off, and I really like how they're really turning this level 7 into something quite magical. They've been able to be very efficient with their plays, drop things down. Start Sarge now completely devoid of viruses in the second rightmost half of his board here. He is strategically placing his garbage down if nothing's coming his way here. But it's 6-12, now 5-12 in favor of Sarge, who just needs blues and now blues over to finish up this level here.
Yeah, I was really liking the plays that Sarge was making there with the blues. Now, notice he's going to try to squeeze in between there on column 3. Nicely done. And he's able to clear the rest with very little drop time. And yeah, he's going to have none whatsoever there at the end. Now, Cat Pants still working on clearing those last 9 viruses on her board. It's going to be tricky. The red is just not showing up for her, Swang.
It's not showing up, and that's exactly what she is going to need in order to make continual work on this board here. Sarge, meanwhile, trying to run away from this board, clearing things down here. A lot of yellows on Sarge's board, and it looks like on his second, third column, perhaps definitely a misdrop in his side here. It looks like he's going to clean up, signaling for a red and yellow to come his way in order for him to clear up the board here. Cat Pants dropping things down, keeping it flexible here, down to our final 4 viruses here. Meanwhile, Sarge dropping things down, and it's now 30 to 4. But don't be fooled by the number here, because Sarge is a level ahead.
Mhm. Yeah, now Cat Pants free and clear to take that last blue virus, but it's got to show up. Now we know after the double yellow blitz, the double blue comes. There it is. She's out at a 406. But meanwhile, Star just opened up about a dozen virus lead there on Cat Pants. Very flat top line on this board, but it's going to be tricky. That just got the perfect pill sequence for the left hand side. Did Sarge?
This board is really interesting. With a bunch of viruses spaced in a diagonal pattern, which is really an interesting, not really obvious sorts of plays. Quite kind of a thatched board for a huge drop from Capins. You love to see it.
Oh, that was so beautiful. Mm.
Wow, the chef's kiss to cat's pants. That's excellent
Yeah,
play there. 9 to 25. Sarge still in a commanding lead here. Down to his final portion of the board here. Probably looking to clear things out horizontally with the yells as Sarge does in fact do that. Really important to try and space and clear out doubles and triples, and Sarge really capitalizing on that. Final down to his final 3 viruses, needing a bunch of reds to actually expose the last few yellows at the portion of the board here. Going into it with the final 3 viruses here, Savage.
Yeah, for sure. And again, that red tripping him up a little bit there at the bottom. He takes the first yellow out horizontally. He's going to be able to take the second out no problem. And he is out of level 8 at a 529. Meanwhile, Cat Pants working here, bringing down that red and opening up some diversity, hopefully, as soon as she drops a blue onto column 1 and she tucks it under in column 2. Very nicely done, opening up so much. Column 8 is pretty much going to have no choice but to go vertical, so that will the drop time there will slow her down, but she's making it through and nothing is locked up at the moment.
Yeah, Cat Pants is pretty clear, free and clear with what her end game goals are going to be here. Probably signaling to vertically, I'm sorry, yeah, vertically clear the eighth most column. That's exactly what she is going to do, except for that bottom portion. Sarge, meanwhile, taking a look over in his board, really had some great setups. He had everything ready to fire off. Really a straightforward board is what Sarge was presented with here. Just everything straight down, combos ready to fire off. Sarge taking that to his advantage here and dropping things down. Catpants entering a foray, getting out of 618 into our level 9 here, but Sarge is really ahead of this game here, barring any disasters.
Yeah, he is now at a 2 dozen virus lead over Cat Pants, whereas at the beginning of the last level, it was just 1. So he really is plowing right through that. Notice he's tucking these yellows. That's the only use that he has for them towards the bottom of the board, clears them out horizontally, and now he really has no use for yellows. Curious to see what happens with these blues on the bottom, whether he's going to try to take those out horizontally after clearing out the reds. So we will see. Very interesting. He's got some options there.
Most definitely, and yeah, he's got a couple plays here. Lots of blues on his top, so yeah, I think the best way would be for him to clear that out horizontally if it comes through. Is signaling to yeah, he is probably going to signal things down to drop that red to clear those blues out in one fell swoop. Meanwhile, taking a look over at Cat Pants, little bit of a misdrop in that third column. Yep, she is cleaning it up there. I was wondering how she was going to be able to progress with the rest of her board here, but as we take a look. Sarge down to his final viruses needs 2 yellows to be out.
Mhm. 736. And Catpan still with 21 viruses left to go is going to be really looking to take that second game and force a decider.
If it's anything like the rest of the speed runs that we've seen for this year, we're going to expect to see tons of magic going on, and we may in fact see the decider here. I don't think these players really want it, but us commentators and the viewers at home definitely want to see more Dr. Mario.
Oh, for sure. I mean, this month's gold bracket was completely wild. I mean, just the upsets, the deciders, the tight competition. It was amazing. And I I think that with these two, the record between them, I bet you that Cat Pants really wants this one.
No, most definitely here. Cat Pants with the versus game. She's going to be putting on her boxing gloves in a metaphorical way. You won't be playing boxing gloves. Won't be wearing boxing gloves in the Dr. Mario NES control. That'd be not a great idea. But that being said, 3, 2, 1 pills. We're going to go into the second game between Sarge and Cat Pants.
Mm, not boxing gloves, maybe some boxing pants. Who knows? For Cat Pants.
There you go. I
And
like it.
and these two players off here. Ooh, a double blue coming in timely there for Cat Pants. She's able to take a triple down the center of the board. Now that does open up a chasm there at the bottom, but it could be useful for her because she could use it to throw away trash or to build horizontals at the bottom of the board.
You've got a ton of options with that. She could place things down, tackle it from right underneath there, and that's actually going to be quite an advantage for her. I think she did signal that with that blue at the very bottom. Let's see how it develops for the rest of the board here. Meanwhile, Sarge still dropping everything down. Very straightforward board is Sarge placing everything into vertical fashion. No real apparent use for any sort of horizontal plays. They have not come his way. 12 to 18 in favor of Cat Pants, who's been really playing a really clean game going in with this level 6.
Yeah, she's been waiting a long time to drop anything down. Notice she just took that long drop time there, but hadn't been taking any at other times. I'm really curious to see how the shapes fall out here. Oh, yes, using that double
Perfect.
yellow. Yeah, she saw the next box coming. Now it is going to be difficult to take that yellow out horizontally. So I think vertically is the play, and this is going to be a little bit difficult now based on the shapes, but we shall see. It looks like she's setting up to take that out with the blue. That's going to work really well. She is out at a 134, much faster time than last time. Sarge with 5 viruses left to go, just needs blues. There he goes. He gets the first one, leaving that red open to be dropped horizontally.
Yeah, Sarge had a really he had a great end game, but just the Doc was not giving any sort of blues to make sure his plans are coming through. He was out of a 153, and the Doc was just not providing with what Sarge had set up there. Meanwhile, we take a look over here. Okay, there we go. So Cat Pants now dropping things down with it. I think she is going to. Oh, okay. I didn't see that horizontal initially. I thought she was going to clear that yellow on the fifth column here, but it's 23 to 25, still in favor of Cat Pants.
Mhm. Yeah, but really good opening moves from Sarge here, considering he's going to be going through a little bit of issue with some blue at the moment. He's going to want to get as much blue as he possibly can because those are blocking the way to the bottom of the board. He's got the one, or sorry, column two, three, five, six, 7, 8. Yeah, he's got to get that cleared out. And the RNG is just not cooperating.
I would say it's a Fibonacci sequence over on Sarge's side, but it was every bit of his top line was blue all day. Meanwhile, we take a look. He is just going to try and drop things down as quickly as he can. Is he going to take those blues out horizontally? No, the pills did not come his way, and the Doc's still not providing blues. This is one of the most brutal sets of RNG I've seen in a long while with with Sarge's board here. This is really not what he wants to see.
Meanwhile, Cat Pants waiting on yellow for an epic setup here. Notice she's going to drop that. Boom, boom. There we go. And there we go. Another cascade there. She set herself up a little bit awkwardly at the bottom. You would love it to be able to just have a horizontal open. And ooh, I think that was a misdrop at the top. Now she's going to have to build up to that last virus. But this double yellow coming in clutch, she'll be able to do that and build a platform.
Sarge seems to have found a seed with 0 blues. He had a run of about 30 non-blue pills, followed with 10 non-blue pills, or 11. It was just really just no blues coming. Now finally getting the blues that he is in desperate need of. But he is really behind 8 ball as Cat Pants out at 352 going into the level 8 here. Doc still trying to get those blues over on Sarge's board. Chat, send him some blue love. Sarge's gonna need all the blue love he needs.
Yeah, that blue in column 5 is oh wow, I someone is working on their motorcycle outside of my house. Excuse me. That blue in column 5 there for Sarge is pretty locked up. That's going to be tight, but he's opening up the space for that to be cleared horizontally at the bottom of the board.
He does now have a free and clear path here. He is going to clear up that blue at the bottom first. And again, still not getting those blues that Sarge was in desperate need of here. He is not, he might be listening to heavy metal. I'm not really sure what's going on, but he is looking at it and he's, whew, all right, where are the blues, Doc? Where are they?
I know. I just don't think he's listening to the blues, and it's known here. Meanwhile, Cat Pants with 16 viruses left to go now, 15 on her level 8. She's gonna have a little bit of issue with blue too, but at least it's showing up for her. Yeah,
Holy moly, I feel for you here. I think everybody in chat is definitely feeling for that lack of blue over on Sarge's side. And still, now look at top line, still a very blue top line over on Sarge's board. Definitely not what he wants to see. Something that Cat Pants definitely wants to see as the competitor. But, we're all for as much fair Dr. Mario as we can see here. Well, I guess besides versus.
yeah. I mean, this is an opposite story of what was happening in the last game. Cat Pants was back by 2 dozen viruses going into level 9, and now she's got a commanding lead. 20 viruses up on Sarge, and these are great formations that she's got going. So if she gets a blue red or any kind of blue at all, which there she goes. She gets it. She is open for that horizontal there at the bottom, and she's going to be out at a 556.
556 out of level 8 and looks to be about 18 viruses ahead of Sarge, who has been not been gifted any sort of blue help since level 7. Meanwhile, we take a look over at Catpants, who's dropping everything down to try and keep this lead as far away from Sarge from him to prevent. Ooh, a little bit of a misdrop on Catpants' side, but I think it's early enough where it's not going to be too detrimental for her.
Yeah, that blue yellow coming in to help her out there. I'm really curious to see what happens with the blues on the right hand side, whether they get taken out horizontally, because there's a lot of good space for that. Meanwhile, Sarge working on the end of this level 8, that column 6, really tough right now because of that red that's there.
Yeah, it's kind of stifling his ability to really tackle it. I like how he maneuvered that red last minute to get that yellow sticking up there. He is signaling to drop that down horizontally. It's some excellent heads up play over on Sarge's side. That's going to allow for him to drop everything down with what he needs with the reds here. He is going to drop that down. Needs some blues and yellows. More blues is in need for Sarge's board.
And Cat Pants here, wow, doing a great job here. Just 16 viruses left to go on level 9, and would really love to see a bunch of yellow come through for her. I didn't know if she was going to try to do some awesome kind of hero swim for column 5, but she's able to take it out with 2 double yellows. Very nicely done. 7 left for Cat Pants.
Sarge out of 750. Cat Pants down to our final 5 viruses. Looking to clear up the red horizontally at the very bottom here. Perhaps going to also clear the yellows and blues, I think, vertically at this point here. She looks like, no, she's going to clear that yellow horizontally. Down to her final bit of her viruses here. Just needs a couple more reds to expose that blue. 1 more blue should do it. 2 more reds should do it, and Cat Pants will be out of level 9, forcing a decider.
Yeah, exactly what we wanted to see. And not only that, a log out. Epically done by Cat Pants, out at an 820. Excellent, giving us exactly what we want to see as Dr. Mario fans.
Woo, man, that was a rough level for Sarge. It's definitely, it happens to the best of us. It's one of those things where you love to see it for the opponents, but you hate to see it for yourself. It's just one of those things where it's like, what do you do in that situation? It's, Sarge played it with the best of his ability, but Doc was just not giving any blues for basically the whole run. Very, send your respects in chat for that level of your folks.
Cat very controlled that time, and I just want to point out that she managed to best her 6 to 9 time by about 40 seconds. So coming in at an 820, her previous best was like a 905 or something like that. So wow, very nicely done for Cat Pants. Good improvement. This is going to be a good game.
Oh, I'm all for it here. We're going for a decider in 3, 2, 1, and pills.
Pills.
Oh man, here we go. Pills. And we take a look over here. Sarge first out the gates here with a 5-second ahead spacing ahead of Cat Pants here. But both these players will be doing their thing. What the final count will be when the players finish up and finish their final viruses. It doesn't matter what time they finish. It depends on their individual times. And Sarge really showing this level. He's going to town with this level 6.
Cat Pants trying to figure out that center of the board. The shapes and the pills just weren't really coming in a way that she wanted to work with. Now, it is a huge story of needing blue and red, and of course, lots of yellow coming down. And the yellow blues kind of awkward. Not exactly what you want, but she takes that double yellow, uses it excellently for a horizontal.
Oh man, this might be the story of another thing here. I'm hoping it's not going to be the commentator's curse in that case, because both these players are going in dire need of blue, and let's hope that it's just this one level and this level only. Meanwhile, we take a look. 13 to 14. Sarge with a 1 virus lead. Now Cat Pants tying it up. Both these players going back and forth, going 11 to 11. Now again tied back into it is both these players.
Mm-hmm. And of course, shout out to John Dad Flendo in the chat. If you pirated Dr. Mario, would it be RNG? Very nicely done.
Womp womp. There,
Oh,
nicely
womp
done. No, it's
womp.
not womp womp. I like it though.
And Cat Pants here is getting some timely blue red to clear out the left hand side. And now a couple blue yellows. She'll be able to tuck down underneath in column 7. So no problem. She's able to handle any order that she's given. And she is out of level 6 at a 144 with a good tuck. Looks like Sarge not happy with what he is getting at the moment.
Yeah, it's been a tale of blueless Sarge over here as he is going into this final part of the board here, looking to just slam pills down to try and get more blue exposed here, to try and make it a little bit better on his side. Just going to try and get as many blues as he can, vertically clear, trying to expose things down. Yes, I like that drill. Keeping
Mhm.
everything up and down for Sarge. Going to go ahead and maneuver everything down, carefully maneuvering it with surgical precision as he is trying to get back into the foray.
And Cat Pants with 23 viruses left on this level 7 needs quite a bit of yellow to clean out that situation. She's got a little bit of garbage on column 4 that maybe she's going to use the double yellow there. And I think that was a mistuck in column 7 and 8. Didn't want to have that red yellow there. Would rather have the red piece to clear out the red from inside. But plugging along, just needs to keep going with the center of this board, get some blue, get some yellow, and things are moving again.
Moving indeed is Cat Pants Bear, but a little stifled as those reds and
Oh
yellows come with a
gosh.
predominantly blue
Oh,
top line here. Sarge just an entire needs of the blues. It's been a story in the narrative this entire game against him and Cat Pants here. One more blue, just one more blue. One more blue, Doc. Where is that blue? We need that blue for
oh,
Doc.
there.
We need it for Sarge. And it finally comes at a
Oh,
319. That is what is going on? What is going on?
that was painful. Oh, we all feel for you, Sarge, if you're watching this back. And Cat Pants, speaking of blue, gonna need a little bit. She's tucking down to the bottom to take out those reds horizontally. She's got a blue set up horizontally, but signals that she's not gonna take that one necessarily. And using the double blue on top of column 7, that was a good move, but I'm not sure if she dragged that blue red a little bit too far over. We'll see, but things are pretty clear. She's gonna have a nice path to the finish of this level 7.
Yeah, most definitely. Looking over, looks to me at Cat Pants. Oh, I like what she did with that. She's going to expose that blue, horizontally clear that blue at the bottom here, down to her final 2 viruses. That red blue, exactly what she was needing for that. Sarge skillfully horizontally clearing that red here to try and expose a little bit more of his top line here. But Cat Pants out at about a 406 going into level 8.
Mhm. All things considered, Sarge is coming back here, and I'm really curious to see what happens with these reds on the right-hand side, whether he's able to build up a platform or, ooh, I think he might be able to desandwich this yellow. There we go.
Ooh, that is a very smart way to do it. Very heads up play. That's going to require like a lot fewer blue pills in order for him to make the rest of his clear surface. A very heads up play from Sarge, who is down to his final 7 viruses here, really storming back despite the rockiness that took place in the early portion of this match.
And now he's very wide open to take out and open everything up. There we go. That blue yellow, perfect. And very nicely done. If he clears out these reds in column 7, actually, he's just going to signal that he's going to work on the yellows. Very nicely done. Everything shows up. Ooh, Cat Pants. Would have loved to see that column 6 be open for her to get the amazing drop, but there she goes. She gets it. Oh, such a great combo from Cat Pants.
And interestingly enough, Packy's staying in chat. Why does this look like the same seed Sarge had in game 2? We're gonna have to take a look at the tape here and see if it was indeed the same portion of the level that Sarge had. It doesn't look to me at the moment like it is the same seed, but if it is, chat, let us know and see if we're seeing the same seed that Sarge was experiencing there. A little bit of a frozenness over on Sarge's side. We'll get him back up here in a few moments here, folks. Cat Pants out at 551 and continuing on into our final level.
And looking very calm, under control here is Cat Pants. Oh, except for, just had a misflip there as I was saying that. But again, this was similar to one of the other levels she had. It's close to the top, but not in a way that's going to cause a problem. And there we go. She's pretty much out of it. One more yellow will clear up the situation.
I like how she's dropping everything down here. That red is suggesting to be cleared horizontally. Let's see if Cat Pants is going to clear that up. Looking like possibility for a drop there. Is she going to take the fat log? No, she is just going to drop everything down horizontally here, not waiting for it. I think that's a smart play over on Cat Pants' side. Creating a little bit of a chasm in that second through fourth column is Cat Pants, but she's going to make some quick work considering that the pills are coming in the right order that she is hoping for. 23 viruses out of level 9 to Sarge's some number of viruses going into it here as Cat Pants continue to rain down the combos over on her level 9.
Hmm. Got to see a lot more yellow showing up for Cat Pants. That's what we want to see. Interesting tuck there on column 1. That basically signals that she's going to have to go vertical on this column. And that's going to be tough. She's going to need a red yellow to keep that going. And Sarge back needs some red on column 7 and 8. So it looks like he's trying to clear out column 6 there just to make sure that any red can be usable. And there we go. Open it up just in time.
Now Sarge really tearing through this last portion of his level 8 here. Just needs 2 more reds to get into the foray. Cat Pants with the final bit of her viruses, both in that first and 8th column here is Cat Pants trying to drop things down. Vertical clears is what Cat Pants is going to need. Reds and then yellows and reds and then blues, and that's going to be the order of operations for Cat Pants.
Hmm. Yeah, it would have been good for Cat Pants to have dropped one more yellow on column 2 because that would have left it open for her to take the blues horizontally, but no problem with this blue red clearing out quite a bit. Oh, leaving herself a little bit of trouble here just in terms of the speed, but she's got time and she just needs a couple more reds and she'll be out, but she's got to be very careful about her moves and tucks.
Yeah, at this point, with that little bit of a slight early pill drop over there, she is going to need to drop everything down just very carefully. Is going to drop that down and clearing it there. 837 out of level 9 is Cat Pants, who does take this game, set, and match over on SgtSarros.
Very nicely done to Cat Pants, now evening up the series between them. So Cat Pants is going to be moving on to face the Dave. That's going to be a pretty exciting match. And we will have that for you in a couple of minutes. And yeah, stick around. This is the DrMC.